Oxman with MMA Mania, and I'm here with Johnny Eblen, who returns to action February 24th at the PFL versus Bellator event. Johnny, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm very happy to be talking with you. 23 days out. How you feeling?
Good, man. Fucking sparred today. Got after it. Did 4 rounds. Had two partners. The shit was intense, man. Um, Hold on. Someone's calling me. I fucking push this. There we go. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Um, but anyway, yeah, man. Camp's been going well. Been training my ass off. Weight's good. Feeling good. Yeah, man. Life's good. Can't complain.
awesome, man. Awesome. I guess let's just get right into it, dude. So when they bring you Impa Kasanganai, I mean, were you expecting to move up to light heavyweight, or were you thinking he was going to move back down to middleweight to challenge you? Like, what was kind of like the thought process, and what was your thought process?
It's a good question. People haven't asked me that actually. Um, I thought I was actually going to go up a weight class, and then when they announced the fight, it said middleweight. I'm like, oh shit, he's going to come down. Let's go. Like I don't mind. I kind of didn't want to cut weight, but also I kind of like how I look when I cut a little bit of weight. I think I'm a natural 185er. I'm not really a 205er. So I was like, you know what? I'll, I like this. I like going down to 85, and I like that the fact that he's going to come down and fight at 85 because he's really a 185er. He's not a 205er. So it made sense after they made the judgment call. But at first, I thought I was going to go up a weight class.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he fought at welterweight in the UFC, right? So he's been all the gamma of weight classes for a minute
Yeah,
now.
he's like Jared Cannonier, but reverse. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I guess when you see Impa, right? He had a great year last year, but you had a great year too. Like, I guess what are your thoughts on him as an opponent?
I think he's a tough individual. Good boxing, durable, pretty good cardio. His grappling and wrestling isn't too bad. Athletic, but I just think I'm better than him in every facet. Better wrestling. I'm quicker. Better striking. I have a better gas tank. I just think I'm gonna beat him up, man.
Obviously Sanford versus or Hillcliffe versus American Top Team. He beat Josh Silveira, your teammate. Like, are you obviously you're probably not going in there like it's like personal, it's like revenge, but like is there a
No.
little bit of like salt on there?
Yeah, bro. I gotta get one back, bro. He beat my boy, so I gotta get one back. It's like in wrestling. Um, when you sometimes you guys would go to open tournaments and there's a couple guys in the same weight class and you might wrestle a guy from Oklahoma or Oklahoma State or Iowa and he might have beat your friend and it's like, all right, I gotta fucking get him back for you, man. Shit like that. Nothing too personal though.
Did you train with Josh at all for Impa last for the
No,
for his fight?
no, not really for his fight with Impa. I trained with him kind of like the pre-camp, like, but not. I didn't really train with him for the camp. When he fought Impa.
I mean, obviously you probably watched the fight. So what did you think of Josh's performance against Impa?
I think Josh didn't show up that night. He looked a little flat. He wasn't fighting like how he usually does. He wasn't fighting even how he spars. I think we started seeing him come out around in around 4 and 5. He started picking it up, started doing things that he usually does, but it was kind of too late. He was kind of tired, and he just didn't find his groove early. And I think he was just a little flat that night.
Yeah, I agree, man. And Josh is my boy. I've been talking to him since before he signed with PFL. I was his first interview, so like I was, and I really like Impa too. So it was really hard to like put my bias aside and kind of watch that fight. But
Yeah.
obviously I was like, damn, like Conan, Josh, like that storyline was there, but
Hmm.
it is what it is. So let's just get right to it, man. How do you beat Impa for February 24th?
I take this fist and I put it into his face So I fucking punch him in his face. I kick his legs, and then when he thinks I'm gonna punch him again, I'm gonna take his ass down,
Do
and then
you
I'm gonna let him up, and then I'm gonna punch him in the face and some more, and then take him back down. I'm just gonna fucking work him, bro. I'm gonna work him. I'm gonna take him out to deep waters, and I'm gonna drown him, and I'm gonna swim back.
do you stop him?
I think so, but I try not to think about the finish. I just train to get to a level where I can get to finishing spots, but I try not to idolize the finish because I feel like the more you think about it, the harder it comes. So I'm just gonna let things play out how they naturally need to play out, and I think I get the finish though.
I asked you this at the press conference. Obviously you're in a weird position because there's no middleweight division in the PFL. You're the best middleweight. You're the champion. You said that the PFL brings you money. You'll fight in that light heavyweight division, but there are some middleweight challengers out there like Aaron Jeffrey. There's rematches, whatever. Right now, today, like, do you want to, continue your legacy and put notches on that belt, or do you want to challenge yourself and go up and get another belt, $1 million? Like, what are your thoughts on this?
$1 million wouldn't be enough. That's the problem. So I'd make enough just fighting twice.
Hmm.
I'd make probably more because of the sponsors. So unless they changed it to where I'm fighting for what I get paid now every fight, and at the end I fucking make $1 million, like sure I'd do that. But for now, I think just continuing to do what I've been doing, defend my belt, and do these like super fights that they're introducing is good for me. The money would just have to make sense for me to do the tournament structure.
Yeah, makes total sense. I get a whole lot of shit because I go on social media and I say that you and Patchy Mix are the best fighters in your division in the entire MMA landscape. And obviously, the first thing people say is, "Oh, they're Bellator. They fight cans. They haven't fought anybody." I'm
Yeah.
sure, I'm sure you see that all up in your comments.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Like, what's it gonna take for people to realize that, or is it like, or are they never going to say that because you're not in the UFC?
I think there's always going to be speculation because I'm not in the UFC, and the only way I can prove a better case on my point is to take on bigger challenges and to just win in dominant fashion and just be impressive every time I go out, and kind of get people to shift over. I'm like, damn, this guy's consistently good, like, and he looks good, like regardless of the competition. Um, and I mean, PFL is signing some good competition. Like, I mean, Jeffrey's good. Freaking Anatoly Tokov's a savage. Uh, Gegard Mousasi's a savage. Freaking Fabian Edwards, the dude's damn good. There's a lot of talent, and I mean, I'm fighting a tough guy in Impa. So as long as I consistently win and put on good performances, I think I'll shift the narrative a little bit. But at the end of the day, uh, I think for it to be decisive, I definitely have to fight everybody, and we'll see how that plays out.
And it's not, just a reporter saying it and like other reporters saying it. Like, you have Strickland out there saying like, dude, this guy's one of the best middleweights, if not the best middleweight. And I was there when you guys sparred at Extreme. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
you were there?
yeah, you guys beat the fuck out of each other.
When
Yeah.
which time were you there?
It was,
You spar a lot.
yeah, it was sometime last year, and you beat the
Yeah.
fuck out of each other. And it's like it's
Oh,
one
dude,
of those,
very
yeah,
tough time, bro.
yeah,
When I sparred him for the DDP fight, I came out to start my camp, and it happened to be around the end of his camp. He's like, "Hey, dude, you're the only guy that can go 5 rounds with me. That's in Vegas. So you got me on Saturday at the PI." I go, "Let's fucking do it, bro." And we trained pretty much the whole week together, but like we would mix it up with other guys. But on Saturday, it's just like me and him, fucking, we get in that cage, bro, and we just get after it for 25 minutes.
dude. Yeah, it's one of those things where you could probably charge for footage of that sparring. It's so
Oh
fucking
yeah, dude.
entertaining.
Those are pay-per-view. It's we're fighting each other. You know, it's pay-per-view. Obviously, like if one guy gets hurt, we're not gonna go for the kill. We're gonna stop. Like, hey, you good? And then, all right, you good? All right, keep going. Oh, you're not good. All right, let's relax. We'll continue later. You know, it's kind of like that's the line. It's like as soon as someone gets hurt, okay, we slow down. But obviously, in a fight, you going for the kill. That's the only difference.
Right. No, absolutely. Um, what did you think of Strickland versus Du Plessis?
I thought Strickland won. I thought he won rounds 1, 2, and 5. I just thought Du Plessis optically was more aggressive and moved forward a little bit more and maybe did a little bit more in some of the rounds to where, the narrative kind of shifted in the judges' eyes. So they might have gave him round 2, but decisively Sean won 1 and 5. It's just rounds 2 and maybe even 3. I would have to watch it back again. But yeah, man, I thought Sean won, but you can always do more to win a fight, especially in the way that Sean fought. If he would have fought the second round like he fought the number round 1 and 2 or round 1 and 5, we Sean would still be champion right now, you know?
Do you look at like do you sit back at home, you watch that fight, and you're like, dude, I know how good I do against Sean. I would fuck DDP up. Like do you sit back and look at that?
Yeah, I would say I'd just fuck him up, but yeah, I'd fucking put hands on him. Like it'd be a tough ass fight, of course. But I think I'm better than him. I think I piece him up more. I hit him more than he's gonna hit me, you know? But yeah, I think I beat DDP, man. Like he's not going to be able to out wrestle me. He's not going to be able to take me down. I'm slicker in the striking. I have good cardio. I'm explosive. He's just a big, strong athlete that has some decent grappling that can kickbox a little bit. But I just think I'm better than every facet.
Awesome. And then finally, I wanted to, big picture, I wanted to know, and this isn't nothing you fight, but what was your worst camp? And can you explain why it was your worst camp?
Mm, Good camp. Good question, man. My worst camp was probably my camp getting ready for Anatoly Tokov because I broke my fucking pinky toe a week and a half. Literally my last sparring session, the last round, I threw a fucking teep kick like around trying to land on the liver, and it ended up my pinky toe ended up hitting his elbow. I broke it and I tore my fucking toe open. So I had to go get stitches. I couldn't walk for like a whole ass week. I had to go fight soon, bro. Like this was like maybe 10 days before the fight. And I couldn't really walk, and it was just like, oh man, this sucks. And I ended up going in, and getting the win. But like even during that fight, I couldn't like when I switched to southpaw, I couldn't really like drive off my back foot because my toe hurt so bad. And then like anytime I would kick with my left foot, it was like or my left leg, it just didn't. It didn't have that thud that I usually throw it with. Because I felt like I was a little bit like worried about hitting my toe again, or maybe the pain or whatever. But that was probably the worst camp just because of that injury happening at such a weird time. And dude, fucking your toes up. It's no good.
So a couple follow-ups to that. I guess, 10 days before a fight, like how do you deal with a broken toe? Like it's
Fucking
obviously you don't
let
have adrenaline the entire week, so like how do you deal with it?
yeah. You kind of let it heal. You relax a little bit, but you try to do the work that you can and try to keep the weight off and just stay focused on like, all right, well, if I can do this, this, and this, and like it gets better and better every day, I like my odds of being able to compete. So you just got to take it day by day and see what happens. And I ended up, fighting and winning um, on a broken toe.
And then, finally, I think I probably know the answer to this, but like, is there a thought to pull out of a fight, especially it's a middle, it's a championship fight. there's a lot of stakes. You can lose that championship. You lose some money. Like, is there ever a thought in your head to pull out?
The only reason I would ever pull out is because like I got like a nasty injury or something, or my weight's usually pretty good. I feel like some guys probably pull because like, well, some fights don't happen because guys don't make weight, so I'll always make weight. Um, uh, the only reason I would ever pull out is because like a tragic injury. You know what I mean? So, and I try to pride myself on being not very injury prone nowadays. I used to get injured a lot, but I changed a lot of things in my life to where I reduced the prevalence of injuries when I train. So yeah, man, I pride myself on being able to compete whenever I can, or being able to compete early and often.
And that's what you do.
Yes,
That's what you
sir.
do. Awesome, Johnny. Thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors you might have, you want to thank anybody, the floor is all yours.
Uh, yeah, just follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Johnny Eblen.